Good morning, guys. The big news for the morning is Palantir had a really good earnings and guidance. Came out last night, and we're going gapping up into the August trend high from August lows, August trend high resistance. We have a big call wall at $50 here on Palantir, so be very mindful of that. Not likely to do much above 50 today. We'll see what happens. So, but we are technically we could be technically into a resistance zone already at the open this morning. A lot of times post earnings, you can see us coming into a resistance and fading from there throughout the course of the day. So be very mindful of that. Other things that are happening this morning, I'm using the news here on Thinkorswim, and volume really hitting Donald Trump media this morning. So we actually lost support yesterday. We came in yesterday losing critical support. Now it's become resistance. Initially this morning, all the Trump names are catching a bid here on election day. I think that's a mistake, but time will tell. And we'll see how it all plays out here. But the Trump media names, or the Trump names, anything like that is catching a short squeeze this morning. So that's pretty much how I would phrase it. Uh, and they're really hopping on Reddit here. So if Trump loses, this is a binary event. Donald Trump media will probably in not so much distant future become a penny stock if he loses the election. So this is all or nothing here for Donald Trump media. Like I said, so be very mindful of how you're placing your bets on this. Okay, Boeing is in the news this morning. They did come to an agreement with their workers, and there is a substantial short in Boeing. Okay, so just definitely keep this on watch as seeing as if the shorts get squeezed here. So definitely keep on. We are opening above the August downtrend. So initially this morning we are opening above the August downtrend, and that 150 area of trending that has seems to have held here. So let's definitely keep this on watch. There are net buyers happening in Boeing at these levels. There have been net buyers, more net buyers than sellers. So be very mindful of that. Some other takeaways that I got here. We're really not doing much first of the week here with the election going on, but we are technically opening on the bearish side of the anchored VWAP trend for the current week. So be mindful of that. So we're still net sellers for the week here going into the open. So be mindful of that. So just keep in mind here on the ES futures, our ultimate target is down here around the 5650, 5660 area. That's where the 200 or the 20 SMA weekly level is. So there's multiple ways of looking at the markets, and they all point that's our main support. So it makes sense after such a major event like the election that's where we're headed for a back test. That 20-week moving average support is a very critical back test. It's held multiple times. We haven't gotten there yet, so be very mindful. And as of tomorrow, our expected move for the day come tomorrow, that would put us right down into that. So the expected move expands tomorrow. So Monday and Tuesday, our expected moves have been smaller than what's expected for tomorrow after the results come in from the election. So the rest of the week, our expected moves are expected to expand. So we're supposed to have a lot more volatility from Wednesday on the rest of the week. Okay, the Qs. I'm still targeting these range lows down here for the Qs. So be very mindful of that. We're still, we're digesting sideways here. If you zoom in here on the 4-hour, we're right pretty much neutral on the week. We've had our anchored VWAP walk down one level from yesterday. So we're right at that level. We'll bear cross for the day. So see what happens here. We don't want to be accepting any prices above the pre-market highs here on the Qs to be bearish on the markets. At a critical resistance area, that we're holding as support so far. Ideally we'd be coming in this morning pushing below that resistance to be bearish. So bias should actually, because we're so close to that resistance, our bias should be to the upside actually here on the Qs. So definitely keep that on watch in today's session. Initial bias. So we get back down to 486 or so, then we can flip to the bearish bias. Apple's still holding the critical anchored view up wall. So that leans to the bearish by the dip scenario. Bullish by the dip scenario, I'm sorry. Microsoft looked below yesterday, but it's holding it again today. Still bullish by the dip scenario. Below 137.80, you want to be a net seller of NVDA. Below 137.80, net seller. So, that's technically the odds here at the open favor the shorts on NVIDIA as long as it stays below 137.80. SMH still looks to be bear flagging until otherwise proven otherwise. We're into resistance, so heads up on that. AMD has an initial bid this morning, but I still don't think the down pattern has completed. So be mindful of that. Be very wary of buying the dip. Google still resembles a bear flag to me, so be mindful of that. Meta, I think, is actually one of the ones that could drive us lower. So, this is the one that I would really be focused in on the bearish side. Be very careful if you're trying to buy the dip. Amazon's technically into resistance, so we got to get back above the what's that high over here? High 196.62. 196.62. We need to start getting a daily closing print above 199. Yeah, 196.62. Awfully close to there. So we're at 196 right now. The bonds, really, you have to watch these bonds. So we came into a very critical resistance level here on the yields, TNX, Friday. And here we are, we're losing weekly support already on the bonds. This suggests the downside risk is still very much prevalent in the markets. So this alone is enough to tell me which direction I want to be betting in any price action in today or tomorrow's action right here. So, bottom line is, these bonds are still very worrisome. Crude is showing some relative strength here, so that's good. So we are bullish on inventory, weekly inventory here on the crude oil area. So we want to definitely keep an eye on this. See here, it's 1 to 4 hour. Always try to keep things even here. So as long as we're staying above the 71, crude is on the bullish side of inventory. So heads up on that. And then Tesla, I did want to mention we did manage to close some of the Tesla gap yesterday. So this is one of those binary events as well, with Elon attaching so much of his credibility with Trump. So if for some reason Trump did not win the election, we could very easily be seeing this gap fill this week. So just definitely keep this on watch. Be very mindful of the situation. So we are bullish on the Russell relative to the opening inventory. Opening inventory was at 218.15. Above that, bias should be bullish. 218.15 on IWM. Similar situation on the diamonds. I think we were bullish. No, we're bearish now. We're bearish on opening inventory for the week here on the diamonds. So we need to get back above 419.70 to switch back to the bullish stance here. So heads up on that. 419.70 to flip back bullish on that. We are into a major critical support for transports this morning, so be mindful of that. We are into a major critical support for transports. One final takeaway. We all know, I tried to look at solar here and that didn't work. One second. So my final takeaway is, guys, so just be mindful that every trading firm out there is going to have people all night in at their trading desk in case to take advantage of any type of liquidity issues. To optimize, try to make some money in the overnight session tonight. So that was not the case last time. So there was a lot of low liquidity issues that were happening during the elections last time that really caused wild price action to happen. I would expect far less price action movement on the election results tonight. So be very mindful of that because there are just so many traders that are trading 24 hours tonight. So be very mindful of that situation. So please like my video if you get a chance. Retweet me on Twitter, Gumby9662C. And if you've got some comments, stuff you're watching, or something you want me to analyze, I'm more than happy to do it. Just drop a comment below the YouTube channel. I like seeing feedback. Appreciate it. Thanks.